The Green Children of Woolpit, a strange and mysterious story. Long ago, in a small village in England, something very strange happened. Two children appeared out of nowhere, and no one knew where they came from. They looked different from other children. They spoke a language no one understood. They wore strange clothes, and most surprising of all, they had green-colored skin. This is the true story of the Green Children of Woolpit, one of the most mysterious tales from the Middle Ages. Even though this story is almost 900 years old, people are still trying to figure out what really happened. Were the children from another country? Were they sick? Or could they have come from another world? Let's take a closer look at this mysterious event. The story takes place in Woolpit, a small village in the English county of Suffolk. The name Woolpit comes from wolf pits, which were holes dug in the ground to trap wolves. This happened sometime in the 1100s, during the time when King Stephen or King Henry II ruled England. We know about the story because two men wrote it down many years ago. One was named William of Newburgh, and the other was Ralph of Coggeshall. They were both monks and historians. They heard the story from people who lived during that time, so even though they didn't see it with their own eyes, they tried to record what they believed really happened. According to the old records, one day during harvest time, some villagers found two children, a boy and a girl, near the wolf pits. The children seemed lost and confused. They were crying and didn't seem to understand anything people said. The villagers quickly noticed that something was very unusual about them. Their skin was green. They were wearing clothes made from strange materials. They spoke a language no one could understand. They were afraid of the villagers and didn't eat any of the food given to them. The villagers tried to feed them, but the children refused to eat anything. That is, until someone gave them raw beans still in their pods. The children were very happy to see the beans. They opened the pods and ate them quickly. For a while, this was the only food they would eat. Eventually, the children got used to the new food. They began eating other things, and slowly their green color started to fade. Their skin became more like a normal color. Sadly, the boy became sick and died a short time later, but the girl survived. The girl lived in the village for many years. A kind man named Sir Richard de Calne took care of her. She was baptized, and over time she learned how to speak English. As she grew older, she worked as a servant in Sir Richard's household and eventually got married. Some stories say she married a man from a nearby town called King's Lynn. Once she could speak English, people started asking her where she and her brother had come from. Her answers made the story even stranger. The girl said that she and her brother came from a place called St. Martin's Land. She said it was a land where everything was green, the plants, the sky, even the people. She said there was no bright sun in the sky like in England. Instead, there was always a soft, dim light, like it was always twilight. She said that her people worshipped St. Martin and that they had never heard of Christianity or other lands like England. One day, while they were taking care of their father's animals, they heard a loud sound. Some say it was the ringing of bells. Curious, They followed the sound into a cave. Inside the cave, they got lost and wandered for a long time in the darkness. When they came out the other side, they found themselves in Woolpit. They were confused and didn't know how to get back. This story has puzzled people for hundreds of years. Some people think the children were just normal kids who got lost. Others think something much stranger happened. Here are some of the most popular ideas. Some historians believe that the children were from a Flemish, Belgian, immigrant family. During the 1100s, many Flemish people moved to England to find work, but there was a war, and some villages were destroyed. It's possible the children got lost after their parents died. Their green skin might have been caused by malnutrition or an illness. There's a disease called green sickness, now known as hypochromic anemia, that can give the skin a greenish color. Once the children ate healthy food again, their skin became normal. Also, the language they spoke may have been a Flemish dialect which the English villagers didn't understand. Another idea is that the story is a folk tale, not a real event. In Old English and Celtic stories, there are many legends of children who wander into magical lands or of strange people from underground worlds. The green skin, strange clothes, and twilight world sound very much like the world of fairies. In this view, the story is not about real children, but a way to teach lessons. Maybe it was meant to teach kindness to strangers, or warn children not to wander too far from home. This idea might sound crazy, but some people believe the green children came from another planet or dimension. Maybe they were aliens who came through a portal or spaceship. Their green skin, strange language, and story about a twilight world sound like science fiction. Some even think the cave was a kind of space tunnel. Of course, there's no real evidence for this theory, but it shows how people are still fascinated by this story even today. The tale of the Green Children is one of the most famous mysteries of medieval England. Whether it's a true story or a legend, it teaches us many things. It reminds us how mysterious the world can be. It shows how people react to strangers and the unknown. It opens our imagination to the possibility of other worlds, whether real or magical. Even today, people visit Woolpit to learn more about the story. There are signs and plaques in the village that tell visitors about the children. The story has inspired books, songs, television shows, and even scientific studies. The Green Children of Woolpit are a mystery that has lasted for centuries. 2 children appeared in a quiet village. They were green, they spoke a strange language, and they said they came from a land no one had ever heard of. One child died, but the other grew up and told her story. Whether they were lost children, part of a folk tale, or visitors from another world, we may never know the full truth. But that's part of what makes the story so interesting. The mystery continues to capture our minds and hearts, making us wonder what secrets still lie hidden in history. Maybe the world is full of strange things we don't yet understand. And maybe, just maybe, there are still places like St. Martin's Land out there waiting to be discovered.